have a real practice and go till 12:30 or something.
Smarter than that.
Steve, did you hear the expander story?
A snippet. He
ended up with back, and it had the game plan for Kyle Shanahan.
Isn't that just perfect?
That is so good. That is so funny.
There was one person in our business who would do that.
It would be art. Yeah, that's great.
Steph obviously looks like he's moving fine.
Yeah, we didn't practice today. We basically, it's just a maintenance day, so Steph's feeling better. He's getting his shots up, getting a workout in. Yesterday was good for him. Kept his food down, and he's feeling better.
So no doubt he goes tomorrow then?
I would say highly likely that he plays, but I'm not going to go.
No, understand.
When KD came here, did you ever have to talk to him about shot blocking? Is that ever a point of emphasis?
We talked a lot about defense in general, about just blocking in. Told him how devastating he was against us in those 7 games last year, and how tuned in he was, and that we needed that kind of consistent effort defensively. It's a hard thing, especially as a leading scorer. It's hard to be an every night two-way player. You just look at the history of the league. Most guys who are up there and scoring, they're going to take some plays off defensively. It's just that's what made Michael Jordan so special. He guarded every play. But that was the challenge, that we talked to Kevin about. It's really being a consistent defender for us, and how much we needed that. I still think he can get better with that. I still think he has an occasional lapse, and he knows that. But I think he's really come a long way, and he's a huge key to our defense, obviously, with his shot blocking, but his ability to switch and guard different positions as well.
Is he beyond where you thought he could have a season?
No. I think he's right where I did think he would be, because we saw it in the playoffs. He was amazing for 7 games, and so we knew what he could bring.
Steve, 3 weeks ago, January, getting to the break. The break's still 2 weeks away. You still have 8 more games until the break. I think it'll be 56 before the break. It seems like it's maybe a little later. But do you see that even more now, 3 weeks later, that it's kind of dragging?
Yeah, that's why we didn't practice.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I mean, we hardly ever take 2 straight days off. But with a back-to-back coming, 3 games in 4 nights, and the All-Star break still a couple weeks away, made perfect sense to take yesterday entirely off, not even come into the gym, and then today just, as I said, maintenance day. You see guys getting shots up, some guys are lifting, some guys are in body work, treatment, but we didn't think it would be productive to come in and get a real practice in. So I think that it's all with an eye on pacing the team through the season and getting us to the All-Star break.
Is this the mindful than ever then of resting?
Yeah.
I mean, because I know you rested Andre and Sean 1 game each on the trip. Any more of that coming, do you think? Or?
Possibly. We've got a few injuries and illnesses, and so Zaza was a little banged up. All of his Dave Cowens impersonations, going full bore, diving head first, saving us possessions, making these incredible plays. His shoulder's a little banged up, and if we need to give him a night off, we will. As I said, 3 and 4 nights. We'll see how other guys are doing. Steph coming off the illness, but hopefully these 2 days off give guys the energy to get through the next few days and go from there. We're kind of taking it like we're not even planning ahead. We're just going kind of a week at a time.
Well, I mean, the trip, and then you get 2 back.
Yeah.
And like you said, you got 3 and 4, I think, on the next trip.
Yeah. So we're finding our way.
How big is it been for taking more minutes and kind of bridge some of that?
Yeah, that every season offers opportunity for every single guy on the roster at some point, based on injuries, the schedule, whatever circumstance. And I think right now is McAdoo's time. It's Patrick's time. McAdoo in particular, hardly played at all until a week ago. But with David's injury, he just attacked that opportunity and has played exceptionally well, and gives us a really unique dimension with his ability to switch and play kind of a small center role. And it's been great. And Patrick, we need him to develop, and he's playing well. He's gaining confidence, and it just seemed like the right time of the year to give him a more consistent role in the lineup.
When you say develop,
There's no fear of it. It's not like he's always looking for it, but when it's there, he is.
When it's there, and we tell him all the time, we want him, if he's open, we want him firing away. He's a very good shooter, and we saw in the preseason that he's fearless. I mean, he hit a game-tying and a game-winning shot in the same game in Denver, one at the buzzer and one with like a second left. Rookies don't do that, so he's got it in him, but it's a hard attitude to maintain when you're not playing. And then all of a sudden you get out there and you find yourself deferring to the vets. We want him to attack and look to score.
when you say develop him, are you thinking how much can he help in the playoffs if he keeps getting minutes like
He
this?
can help during the playoffs, and I have faith in Ian as well. I have faith in both guys, their ability to help us in pressure situations. I think they've both proven it. But matchups are always key in the playoffs, and we may run into a bigger team, and all of a sudden Patrick is thrust into a role through foul trouble, injury, matchups, whatever it may be. We feel confident that he'll be ready, and same with Ian, but we have to have both guys prepared for that, and that's one of the reasons Patrick is seeing the first nod ahead of Ian right now. Ian, we know what he can do. We've seen it. He's been brilliant this year, but right now is a good time to get Patrick out there.
As you observed, Kevin, in two more facilities, did he do a lot of switching defensively? I mean,
they didn't do as much switching as we do, because they've had a much more traditional team as far as having centers. They didn't play him as much at the four. That team with Ibaka and Adams, even going back to Kendrick Perkins, they've traditionally stayed big, which made perfect sense with that roster and that size. And so switching comes about more often when you play a small lineup. It doesn't happen as often when you play a big lineup. And so I would say, and you could ask him, but I would say he's doing more switching here than he did there.
Is West coming today, or was that yesterday?
I don't know if it's today. I'll get DMAR to let you guys know, but I know it's any day now. I think as of, we said 2 weeks, and it's right around 2 weeks.
Okay.
It seems about a month ago that you were entering.
As that's gone on, you guys have been playing better and better, kind of getting closer to what you're.
Yeah.
What will be your assessment of the last month?
It's been great.
Great.
Been a huge month. I think the schedule has lined up well for us with that long stretch of home games. We had good practices, good film sessions, more time to really study what we've been doing, and even though it may not be the highest energy level right now for our team or any team around the league for that matter, I feel like we've made very good strides, and the exciting thing is we can get better. We know that we can get even better, and so I'd like to get through the All-Star break in one piece, and that's such a great time for everybody to recharge their batteries. Players are going to get, besides the four going to New Orleans, they're going to get a week off. I hope they go to Mexico or Hawaii and sip on a margarita and come back ready to roll. That's the idea, and then I think we can kind of take another step forward.
how much longer?
I go I don't know. We'll find out. D-Mar, do you have an update on Davis?
No, not yet. We haven't had the reval yet.
He'll tell you.
Thanks, guys. We'll get Kevin in here.
Thanks.